as you can tell, I gotta be honest. I've gotten to the point where I greatly dislike Democrats, the party and the people. And look, I despise Republicans even worse. But Democrats get a special amount of ire for me. Because in many cases, what went on during that primary was absolutely disgusting. And these guys, for the most part, just turned a blind eye to it. So I look up today, John Lewis, Trump is not a legitimate president. Civil rights icon, John Lewis. Well, let's see what he says. Because John Lewis has charisma for days. Let's see it.
No, I believe in forgiveness. I believe in trying to work with people.
Do you now?
It's going to be hard. It's going to be very difficult. I don't see this president-elect as a legitimate president.
You do not consider him a legitimate president. Why is that?
I think the Russians participated in having this man get elected, and they helped destroy the candidacy of Hillary Clinton.
Let's repeat that, just in case you didn't hear it. Chuck Todd, in his typical way of... Okay, I'm not going to pick on Chuck Todd. But Chuck Todd asked him, are you going to be able to get along with Donald Trump? He says, quote, I do not see this president-elect as a legitimate president. I think the Russians participated in helping this man get elected, and they have destroyed the candidacy of Hillary Clinton. That's not right. That's not fair. And that's not the open democratic process. You cannot be at home with something that you feel is wrong. You know, I don't remember John Lewis making this argument at all when they were stealing the thing from Bernie. I don't remember it. And I distinctly remember paying really close attention to the primaries. Because I remember watching what went on in, what was it, Nevada, where they were saying that people were throwing chairs. I didn't see any chairs. There were a ton of videos, but no chairs. Or when I was reading the Podesta emails and they were showing how Wasserman Schultz was helping put stories in the media. Or the other Democrats were shutting down polls in certain areas. Or scrubbing people off the polls. Throwing away, 100 and some thousand people in Brooklyn, New York, were Bernie's hometown. All of those were coincidences. But he had some real strong feelings about this. They have destroyed the candidacy of Hillary Clinton. That's not right. That's not fair. That's not the open democratic process. No shit. I agree with you. When Bernie Sanders was cheated, that wasn't an open democratic process. And you can't bitch now about getting caught using some of your own tactics. How are you going to bitch about that? I mean, how are you? That's not right. That's not fair. That's not the open democratic process. They destroyed the candidacy of Hillary Clinton. Oh, why? Come on, dude. Look, John Lewis, you are an awesome civil rights icon, but you're also a hypocrite on this. You can't bitch about one and not bitch about the other. And you were mum as a church mouse when they were screwing Bernie Sanders over. So I would be willing to bet that 90%, if not all of the people who were backing Bernie, and who saw what was going on, and who read the Podesta emails, and saw the collusion that was going on behind the scenes under the Democratic establishment. Why should I give two shits about how you feel about Russia, maybe, we don't even know if it's true, having some influence on the election? I don't care. Hillary Clinton destroyed her own candidacy by trying to essentially cheat Bernie. Now look, there's nobody who can look at those Podesta emails and give it a fair read and come away from it saying they didn't cheat. And like I said, it's a hard pill or a hard case to make that I am really angry that they cheated me for Russia, but I'm okay with the Democratic Party, the party that I belong to, cheating Bernie Sanders in the primaries. I don't care. I don't care. You're complaining about Trump now But this is your fault. This is your fault. Every Democrat that saw what was happening and didn't open their mouth, every Democrat that said mum, every Democrat that let it ride, it's your fault. You're losing your Obamacare because of you. You're losing potentially your Medicare because of you. You're going to give Republicans massive tax cuts. Why? John Lewis and the other Democrats who let it ride. Republicans have voted 60 times to cut Obamacare. And during the entire election, you guys kept saying Donald Trump was the apocalypse. At no point did it stop you from actually burning. At no point did it help you reach out to progressives. At no point did it even affect Hillary Clinton's demeanor. I mean, don't get me wrong, she said certain things, but the moment that Bernie was gone, she was back to the whole, you know, tacking back to the right. She went right back home. And I suspect that John Lewis, after this video, probably did the same thing. Crying big crocodile tears about how Russia destroyed his candidate. I'm sorry, John, I don't care. I don't care at all.